if you like rules, you should probably stop watching. Welcome to Roll Initiative. I am your dungeon master. I'm Alec, and this is the party. Say hi, party.
Hi,
party.
I'm Steffi. I am playing Verity. She's
Yes.
basically a mouse person, and she's a fighter, and she fights for honor, justice, and Gellie.
I am Gellie. My actual name is Hannah, but I am playing Gellie. She is a halfling druid, old lady with a bad attitude, but secret soft spot for Verity.
I'm Emily. I'm playing Taylee Hawthorne, who's a human monk, Pilates instructor, and essential oils saleswoman.
I'm Ash. I'm playing Hagan Setavar, the wood elf swarmkeeper ranger. He's got a whole lot of bees and wants to see the world.
Out from the bushes comes a goblin shorter than Verity, holding a giant crossbow as big as Verity, and she's got really thick glasses.
Chad is pointing out that you're using Verity as a size measurement for everything.
Yeah, how many Verities big is this thing? My name's Lux. You see there's a human tied to the ceiling, hanging from it.
Is there any one goblin who looks sort of like the leader of the pack?
Yeah, there's one that seems just like a bit like bulkier than the other ones. Like this goblin does push-ups. The one with sunglasses on, he stands up and gets on the table and then brings a dagger out and puts it to the human's neck. You can call me Shades. Because of
Shades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Cool.
That's cute.
Anyway.
I like that.
It's really cute name, Shades.
I am proposing you take out our boss, and I'll let your human here live in steps. A 10-foot-tall, hairy beast.
Hagan,
Wonderful.
I
Glad
think we
you
need to fight the big one.
Does anyone want to, finish him off?
Gellie will, but Verity's nearby.
You don't, you just keep your eyes on Verity, and then
Yep.
you're just like,
Yeah.
I was really rooting for you down there.
Oh, the chandelier.
Oh my god, is that you, Beach
Anybody?
Chandelier?
Pardon my, rudeness, my name's Sullivan. My friends call me Sully. I guess you can call me Sully. My town, it's been taken over by these ruffians. They're calling themselves the Rust Buckets. We're just simple cherry farmers. Yeah, we do deserve. We have a festival. It's actually starting pretty soon. Gellie's got
Where
basically
did you
a
go?
sack full of stuff that's been robbed from people, and there's a very distinct looking, not great looking sword. Sully's like, yeah, it's mine to save our town, you know. And you
Verity,
can
should I-
keep my
do you want
family's
this?
sword that I've been handed down from several generations of my family.
She's
over the centuries.
not listening to him. She's offering it to Verity. She's like, do you want this sword?
Well,
Or...
you got me a sword, because I'm having trouble getting the arm out of my other sword.
And you guys head up to the town. It's actually kind of nice looking. There's just cherry trees, as far as the eye can see, just sprawling outwards with the town in the middle. The mayor, he's a fat dude. Why not? Because he eats cherries all day.
Hello.
My name's Folger. Welcome to Phandalin. It's nice here, and nothing is wrong.
Really? Because Sully said you guys are being attacked.
And you hear
But we
people
just heard
entering
someone.
the door behind you. And they're all wearing rusty steel helmets. And they've all got on red cloaks.
Oh,
She
man.
has a
I'm
name. It's
giving
not
you
Grandma.
guys one last chance. And then I'm just going to have to make you leave.
I'd like to see
Speak
you
up.
try. And
then,
she is going to shillelagh and smack the shit out of him with her axe. We should go out the back door. Do I see if there are any other rust buckets outside the back door?
Oh yeah, there was also a horse tied up. It was just eating out of a trough, and its face was just covered in blood. Here we are, stuck on the roof, or not a balcony of the town hall, just surrounded by rust
Shooting
buckets.
arrows at us.
This big, tough-looking rust bucket, and he's just giant and muscular and has these huge, scaly arms, and his bow is bigger than everyone else.
So, Alec, how high
Is there
up
any
are
way
we?
could
Yeah.
jump off the balcony or
Or jump onto
It's
another
a
roof?
possibility. It's Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons. The dice decide whether or not you can. You're heading towards the bigger orchards. You all have jumped into the cherry grove.
Okay, well, my name's Sorry. Sorry, Black Cloud. It's nice to meet you. I apologize in advance for everything.
No more apologizing for you. We are friends, and friends don't apologize unless they kill innocent creatures.
He doesn't
So-
do
Maybe instead
all the talking.
of going straight into town, we just go to their, what was it Sully said? They live in an old mansion on a hill?
This has been on my Rust bucket list for a while, and then I dive headfirst into the hole.
You're in kind of like a rocky cellar. There's like wine caskets all over the place. You hear, not out loud, but in your head, a weird voice kind of scratching at the back of your mind, and it goes, "Oh, hello there.
My name is Sorry. Have you seen my friends?
I see everything in this mansion. Yes, just come closer to the ravine. I'm down here."
This worked out last time. I just run and dive into the ravine, I guess.
No!
It's like, oh, well, there's a first time for everything. And then you hear a crunching sound. Oh, Brenna! Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, awesome. You are speaking to the Grand Skald of Mirabal. Now, I am here to enjoy this cherry festival, and I will perform for these poor, artless, struggling folk. And I will entertain them. I will not leave until there's a smile on every single face that I see here.
As you get to the edge of this hallway and peek into the big chamber, it's a big, like, underground cavern in the mansion. The torches start going out one by one. You haven't heard of me? My name...
New brain, who dis?
Oh, everybody can hear this. My
okay.
name is Deborana. Welcome to my home. As you guys are leaving, she says, one more thing. You see just like a hand come out of the smoke in the ravine, and then it gets pulled back down. Sorry says goodbye.
Nah. He gotta die. Okay. He gotta die.
You want to make a trade?
He grabs a horn, like an instrument, from his
I
side.
hate this.
And I hand the horn to Taylee.
No!
And I say, this
What-
is the Thunder
What are
Horn.
you doing?
It has been in my clan time immemorial. Hold this for me. I have one last
What are you
curtain
doing?
call. Enjoy the festival, friend. Come now, creature!
Deborana snaps her fingers, and then the spikes grow even more until they encompass Brenna, and then the spikes disappear into the floor. And there's nothing left of Brenna.
Verity runs to where Brennan was and starts digging. It's like, wait, come back!
She raises her hand up, and a spike like ball rises from the ground. She goes, "Here is your good pal, Sorry." The spikes open up, and there is Furlock, standing there as if he was just talking to a barmaid.
So anyway, if you want to come back to, oh my god, what the hell is that thing?
How about I give you all a hand, too? There's a very ornate silver sword stabbed into the ground.
And I grab the sword and I go to pull it out of the ground.
You are flashed back to a moment where you decided to become like an adventurer. So you're basically reliving that memory, and then you're shot back into this current time frame. When you open your eyes, you see a warhammer in your hand. Very
That was
ornate.
pretty
silver warhammer.
incongruent.
It feels just
I
like
hold it up.
perfect in your hand.
I look at Verity and I say, do you trust me?
Yes.
I launch Verity through the air towards the two that are running away.
A familiar face appears, and it's Sullivan, and he's like, "You need a place to crash for a second? You can come to my house." You guys head over to the farm. Here's my ranch hands. Hagoth the Bearded. This lovely lady is a Doshwanga. She makes a hell of a beet salad. And this here is my
Doshwanga
cook.
Shroot.
His name's Chef Bile. Doshwanga comes in the front door, and she's like, guys, there's some people here to see you. You see they have a catapult. The rust buckets that are rolling in on the house, they are not the scrawny looking ones from earlier. The scaly one is there. He's riding the catapult. Taylee, the horn that you have is starting to like crackle. And then when she blows on it, it's really loud. It's like a thunderstorm happens in the living room. The room is just filled with like this storm cloud as like lightning and bolts and static fill the living room. These super muscular dwarves who start running out of the storm cloud, and they're just shouting.
I want to go back to the tavern now.
Oh, the tavern? Sure. And then the hammer just swallows all of Furlock and then slams into the ground. He snaps her fingers, and then a giant squid just flops on the floor right next to you. And then Deborah snaps her fingers, and the giant squid disappears. I actually saved somebody. This merfolk was about to get eaten by that giant squid.
So that was my cousin back there. It was a family issue. Sorry, guys. That's just how we roll under the sea, you know?
Do you need a hug?
And then you make it to the clearing, and it's just this whole, like, extravagant tiki lounge.
So, like, you're a cat person, right? That's cool. That's
yeah,
just,
I've been a cat person my whole life.
Verity, Gellie,
That's so cool.
Can I see you over here for a moment?
I'm busy with my new friend. What's your name? I didn't get your name.
My name is Phyllis. A burst of just, like, birds everywhere. And they're huge. They're like 10-foot tall birds. And a couple of the people, they turn into stone.
No.
Like halfway running away from them. The cat guy, he was like fending off one of the cockatrices with like
kill my
a
cat
beach
friend.
chair. And then you like shove him out of the way. One of the cockatrices is trying to like stare at him. And then you lock eyes with it. Verity has turned into stone.
No!
Deborah goes like, ooh, this ain't looking great for you, Maya. Do you want me to take care of this for you? I'll just take you back to see your cousin.
Ooh, I don't want that. I don't want to see my cousin. No, I'm not gonna take that. Yeah,
where would you like to
you
go?
convinced me. I don't know, maybe like Cancun or something.
You fall, but you don't hit the ground. You've landed in a lounge chair, actually, in Cancun.
Hell yeah!
Deborah's like
Round two.
on a lounge chair, like right next to you. This is a great idea, Maya. I love
And
Cancun.
hey, cheers! I like, hey, Deborah, cheers!
Clink it. You have Verity's head has unstoned, but the rest of her is still stoned.
What's happening? What happened?
This destroying, crushy saw blade machine is headed straight towards Verity.
Oh god. Okay.
And he's got a contingent of like 20 like foot soldiers.
She's just gonna take her axe, swing it over, crack it in the middle of his back, and then pull him back off of them, still on her flaming axe.
The boss says his work cut out for him. Glassstaff sends his regards. And then he just passes out. You hear a familiar horse braying sound, and it's like,
Oh god.
Nas, Blood Horse, is approaching you guys, and astride of blood, atop of them is a familiar face. It's Deborah. Gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not actually very much in control of the people I bring back. It's kinda randomized. Good news is, I'm getting close to figuring that out. If you take out some more of them rust buckets, maybe drive them out of town, I could definitely whip up something.
Mainly just the rust buckets. Mention this this guy, Glassstaff.
Oh yeah, he's a jerk. I really want you to get rid of that guy.
Like he's the boss.
He's
Is
the
he in
leader
charge?
of this little shindig going on here, the rust bucket fellows. Yeah, he's the one pulling the strings. Powerful sorcerer and all that. Gellie and Taylee, as you fall asleep, you are having a weird... Both of you seem to be in the same spot, sharing this dream, and you're inside of a bar. You see a woman with silver hair standing behind the bar. She's wearing clothes you've never seen before. If you're a person from this day and age, though, you would notice it as a suit and tie. Just, hello. Welcome to my speakeasy. My name's Deborah. You might have met, the crazy me outside there. My body still lives on out there. You're in kind of a dream realm of mine. This is where I keep my old self, really. I'm sorry you have to deal with whatever I am these days out there. But yes, I'm Deverana. If you guys can help me find a way out of here, I'd be really appreciative of it.
How do we get
Yeah,
you
you're
out?
kind of nicer than the other Deborana. And you make
Yeah,
really good
that's-
drinks, too.
Do you have any
Yeah.
idea what might help get you out of here? I mean, I'm sure if you did, you would have done it already.
Well, there was one story
Right.
I heard of. Back in the day, a group of folks a lot like you guys. Might just be a legend, a story. They called them the Grand Company. But that's a
Okay.
long time ago.
I think
So,
Deb's
yeah.
got unfinished business.
Just
Yeah, but we don't
you
know what
know,
exactly it is.
take out the rust bucket. I can harvest their souls, and maybe I can get your buddies back. But anyway, would anyone like you to use me as a weapon? A very ornate silver sword is now stabbed into the ground in front of you, Gellie. For it, but Verity jumps in front, grabs the sword. You're transported back to a time when the moment you decided to become a knight.
I see my oldest sister, and she's going off to be a knight.
And then
And-
you're brought back to the present. Linked to your arm is just this really very nicely decorated silver shield. On your way there, you hear whispers from a bush. You see that it's Sullivan and his
Oh, he's
farm
still
hands
alive.
and his family. It's like,
Deb's just like, you have a
before you
point.
guys go, I wanted to give you guys this. It's actually been in my family for generations, just like that sword I gave you, Verity. It's this ring. It actually goes with the sword. He takes the ring and then he puts it on a socket on the sword, and it just fits on there perfectly. And then the sword just kind of like shimmers real quick when the sword gets put on there. Don't really know what that does besides make the sword like light up. You guys are heading through the forest. You've found the little path to the back of the manor. Verity, you have reached the door. You hear talking on the inside. Listen, I'm doing everything I can. This is Folger that you can hear. You hear another voice. It doesn't sound like they're in the room. It sounds like a ghostly, like echoey, kind of not there. You said you'd have this town by now. The guests are here. It's fine. Just got a little group of people who play in hero. You know how it is. You have until tomorrow to take care of this, Folger. If not, I can install someone else to take the town for me. Do you understand? You see coming out of one of the hallways, Glassstaff running. He's like, oh gosh. And then you see him get hit in the back of the head with a silver shield, and he collapses on the ground.
Oh.
What?
Is that Deborana?
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Where's Verity?
Where's...
Oh, she just threw me.
I run down the hallway, and I
up,
jump
get up.
on top of the guy's back and says, "You lose! Now surrender, fiend!"
Suddenly, you see Taylee, Hagan, and Gellie have turned into 3 Mayor Folgers, and under your foot is Gellie. Did you see? There's Mayor Folger. He's cloned himself, and now he's trying to kill us. So I guess Folger has like boosted Verity's speed somehow, and he's opened this stone wall, and the stone wall closes right in front of you, Gellie, as you reach it. And you're back out into Phandalin now, and you see that there's just unrest in the streets as like there's rust buckets like fighting everywhere. They're fighting like townsfolk, and then just like there seems to be just random people that have come from out of town for the Cherry Festival, and they're getting in on the action too, because why not? It's a party. You start seeing that like the Gellie image is kind of like fading in and out between Gellie and maybe you saw a wizard there. As they're saying this, it turns into a very fat dude with a mustache and a wizard hat. Not a wizard, it's a top hat. and
I punched them.
He's raising his hand against you again, and his
Uh-huh.
hand is starting to glow. You see a flash of light, and then all of a sudden, Taylee's there. Oh my God, Verity! I'm so glad I found you. And you are now at the town hall.
Oh shit.
You notice that it is just surrounded by rust buckets. It's been bolstered like a fortress, basically.
Whoa. What's the plan,
But then
Taylee?
there's like really tacky decorations of like Cherry Festival hanging off of all the barricades and everything. There's a guy in a
what's the
cherry
plan?
suit out in front of it going like, "Yay!" Taylee is dragging you towards it. I'm friends with the Rust Buckets now. Yeah, they're all good guys now. Let's go inside. I've got this room full of cheese. See? And then they open the door, and then it's like, you notice that the inside of this room is reinforced, and there's no lights inside of it.
Taylee, you know I don't like cheese.
Ugh. Boys, and then like 5 Rust Buckets are all gonna shove you towards that door.
Oh, guard! And I just knock him out with blue. I will rid this town of evil, and that means you jerks.
Glassstaff has his like
mouse.
electric pulsing hand. He lowers his face to yours, and he's like, "Now, behave. Give me the sword."
A knight never behaves in the face of danger. And I
Well,
attack
it's
him?
your attack.
Alright.
Gellie, Taylee, Hagan, you notice in the distance that the town hall is just like lit up right now with just like there's fireworks going off, there's people throwing stuff at it. After all that initial lightning happened, you see Verity charge up against Glassstaff and then slice him twice. Her sword is just glowing this like awesome blue color, and like it's shooting beams of light out of the sword. After she lands those awesome hits, you just see like the room descend upon her and just like bash her into the ground. There's the door. What do you do to the door? Push
I
the
want
door,
to
or do you
rip
wanna
it
pull the
off
door?
its hinge.
Hagan is going to rush up and he's going to grab a slather of honey from his hive and he's going to very quickly just run up and sweep it across Verity's chest and say, "Come on, kid!" and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
All right,
Verity.
Verity's back
You are
up.
conscious
We're
with 14
back.
hit points.
Back in
Woo,
action.
back up!
The door to the to Glassstaff's office starts like cracking and making like straining sounds, and then the whole wall just tumbles over, and there's just this steampunk mecha of an evil-looking wizard, like monster thing. Ah! Seriously? I spent like a month figuring out how to get these arms on here. You're ruining everything. Hit it, boys. And then above you in like the 2nd level, there's just rust buckets, and they're just dumping buckets of water everywhere, all over the atrium. So now it's just like water is swarming everywhere. He just takes his Glassstaff right into the air and goes, "Ah!" Slams it into the ground, and sparks fly, and electricity shoots everywhere, and flows through all of the water and shocks everybody, including him in the room. Everything, all the lights and everywhere goes dark. You see, like, it kind of like, it's odd, but it's still like Gellie, Taylee, and Hagan just like morphing in front of your eyes, and they're just like, "Are you okay, Verity? Can I hold your sword real quick? I'm afraid of the people behind you."
Wait, who's asking?
Right now
Fake
it's Gellie.
I figured.
It's like the 3 of them. This person keeps changing in between the 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
As Folger grabs the sword, he's like, "Okay, thank you, Verity." He rears it back, and looks like he's about to stab Verity.
No.
You hear within
No,
the
no, no.
sword, and in your own heads, like, "Don't worry, guys. I've got this handled for you." Verity, you see him turn back into Folger. He looks like he's slowly being taken over by good old Deborana. And you can see him just growing spines on half of his body, and then he just grabs his own head, he shocks it, and just electricity just flows through him, and it just like seems to explode into his hand, and it just shoots lightning everywhere. And when it clears, you see this half Deborana, half glass staff figure standing before you, and they talk with two voices on top of each other, and it's like they're just screaming like guttural nonsense right now. It's just like
Deborana?
Taylee, the horn starts crackling.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna like gesture towards all the rest of the party, be like, I'm gonna try this, and she's gonna go. She's gonna blow the horn.
You
Okay.
blow
my
it
turn.
super hard, and electricity shoots out of it, and just a storm is brewing above you. And you hear thundering sounds coming from it.
Oh my fucking
Well.
God.
Did someone
Shut
say
up!
PK? That would be me. The Trill Pitch Killer. Brenna!
No!
How did you hide this from us?
Brenna! Thunderhorn comes burrowing out of this monster right in front of you. Part of the monster cracks open, and he leaps out as the thunder cracks down on him. Welcome, Brenna, to the fight.
My friends. It's been so long. How have you been?
Terrible.
Ah!
I
Oh my God. I got a cool sword.
Do you guys want to play a game?
No.
You'll love this one. I think you remember it. Their hand starts shaking, and then they run over to Taylee, and as they're running over to Taylee, like inky black smoke shoots out of their arm, and a 15-foot orb of darkness surrounds Taylee.
Having seen this complete cloud of darkness appear, swallow Taylee, and then Verity just tally-hoing into the orb of darkness. Gellie's gonna go, not again, and she's just gonna cast Dispel Magic on the orb of darkness.
You definitely dispel the darkness. And there's just like a glass staff, and they've got their staff like right over Taylee's like neck, basically. So what happens is you miss your staff strikes as they're just like choking you in front of them. So you just like take your hand back and then just punch them in the face twice. And then
Punches.
like on the second punch,
kick,
you
but-
just hear the loudest crunching snapping sound. And their head just snaps back. And then they just start like coughing like lightning and spines and ink everywhere. And they're just like and then the just electricity shooting out of that wound again that Branna jumped out of. And they're just like twisting and contorting. Branna, the horn starts statically building up, and it's glowing right now.
Time to blow, right?
Yeah, this would be one of them
right.
moments.
Okay, so this is
Sick.
happening. Got my maul on my shoulder, Thunderhorn on my lips. I say, this is for the clan. And start blowing.
The cloud emanates from the horn again, and then like it's not just like the cloud, it's suddenly like heavy raining, heavy thunderstorming. Every lightning bolt, another ancestor pops out of it, like one after another. It's just you can see it like filling the street. Centuries of thunder horns are just standing behind you, and they all just like start bashing their shield, and then they start just charging straight at this writhing monster, and then they just it just wave of them just washes over Dubstaff, and like a crackle of electricity just shoots everywhere. Yeah, Taylee, you're in the middle of this, and you just see above you just like axes and spears and bows and arrows and just swords and just hoofs stomping on them, and they're just like screaming. And then as like this giant legion like dissipates past, you just see glass staff there, like beaten up, being held up by Deborana from inside her realm, and she's a human again, but she's a ghost. And then she's like, yeah, just lifting him in the air. She's like 6 feet tall. She's crazy, and she's got high heels on. And she's just lifting Folger by the throat. And he's like, what happened? What? Please spare me. And then she just carries him right to her face, looking straight in the eye, and she says, nay. And then just like, he starts screaming, and he goes, ah! And then she starts like folding his like person. He's just like extra dimensionally being sucked into her arm, and she's just like, and a flash of light happens, and Folger's gone, and Deborana's gone, and all that's left on the floor is a tarnished sword, a tarnished silver sword.
I turn to them and go, and that is the power of family.
Verity sheds a tear.
Gellie doesn't, but Hannah does.
Haley's
This would be
gonna
the
run
point.
over and hug him.
That would be the line. That would be the line on which like Rana himself starts to like. It's like a little delayed, but he also starts to go away with the ancestors. He's like,
yeah. He also fades into the cloud, and the horn drops to the floor. It's not glowing anymore. And thanks for coming to roll initiative this week.